Russian soldiers on an ATV hit an anti-personnel mine, abandoned the four-wheeled motorcycle, and were then tracked and attacked by a Ukrainian FPV drone. The pair attempted to shoot down the drone.
Автомат! Автомат! Стреляй! Автоматическим! Автоматическим стреляй! Бегом!
The drone missed by chance, and the Russian soldiers escaped. 2 soldiers ran away from the area. A Russian soldier was shot by a Ukrainian FPV drone while in the bathroom. A Russian soldier wandering aimlessly alone in open terrain was attacked by a drone in this manner. Attacks on Russian soldiers have been increasing. Attacks were carried out on safe roads controlled by Russian soldiers in the Pokrovsk region. A large Russian convoy advancing towards their positions and trenches was targeted by FPV drones from a distance of several meters. A Russian FPV drone operator targeted a civilian vehicle near the Kiev region. These attacks targeting civilians are being repeated many times. The Ukrainian Phobos UAV Battalion, 46th Airborne Brigade, detected a Russian soldier in the direction of Novopavlivka. The soldier, who was hiding in the ruins, could not escape the drone. A Russian fiber-optic FPV drone targets a Ukrainian pickup truck under a drone net-covered road. Russian soldiers narrowly escaped a drone attack, but the drone did not give up on them. Attacks on Russian soldiers continued throughout the day in the same region. Not only infantry, but also military equipment were the main targets of the attacks. Drone operator going for a strike, but realizing it's a civilian and his four-legged friend, swerved away at the cost of his UAV. An FAB airstrike was carried out on the high-rise buildings in the direction of Krasny Lyman. The 4th Separate Guards, Motor Rifle Brigade's fiber-optic FPV, unmanned aerial vehicle, ambushed and struck a Ukrainian Armed Forces supply vehicle carrying infantry in the Konstantinovsky direction. A Ukrainian military FPV drone detected a Russian soldier while conducting reconnaissance on the front lines. The Ukrainian FPV drone operator launched an attack but realized something was strange. The person standing next to the pole had no weapon. They weren't wearing military camouflage either. The drone operator continued to watch carefully to avoid making a mistake. Finally, it became clear that they were not a soldier. Thanks to this careful observation, he avoided a civilian drone attack. Ukraine has eliminated a logistical route used by the Russian army. Ukraine launched attacks with explosive-laden drones on the unusual positions Russian soldiers found to hide in the Donetsk region. The places where Russian soldiers choose to hide clearly show the desperation on the front lines. Here, a Russian soldier who chose to hide under a bridge still couldn't escape the drone. As Ukrainian forces were about to attack a Russian trench, the soldiers in the trench decided to surrender. First, a Russian soldier who came out of the trench signaled to the reconnaissance drone that he was surrendering. Then, a soldier inside the trench showed the drone a piece of paper in his hand stating that they were surrendering. After being monitored by drones for a while, the soldiers' requests to surrender were accepted. The Russian soldiers began walking toward Ukrainian positions, following the FPV drone. After walking for an hour, the Russian soldiers reached the trenches where Ukrainian soldiers were stationed and surrendered. These soldiers were not harmed. Ukraine is identifying Russian artillery pieces one by one and neutralizing them with FPV drones. When we look closely at the attacks by Ukrainian drone operators, we see that they specifically target the barrels of artillery weapons. The reason for this is that repairing artillery weapons with damaged barrels is quite difficult or impossible. The infiltration of so many positions by drones and the vulnerability of these positions to drones is causing Russian forces to suffer significant weapon losses. Russian soldiers who turned abandoned houses in the Sumy and Lyman regions into fortified positions encountered Ukrainian drones. Kamikaze drones loaded with powerful explosives targeted the houses. Many Russian soldiers were unable to escape the destruction. Ukrainian forces have put significant pressure on Russian troops with these attacks. There is nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, no cover. This is a technological war, and in this war, Ukrainian drones control the entire front. The Russian army continues to develop interesting defenses against drones. The T-80 tank has been armored against drones. Take a look at the tank's final form. Its exterior is completely covered with iron columns, and many things have been used for camouflage. Do you think such a defense will still be able to stop the drones? Supply lines have been cut. The Requiem group, Ballista SOF, continues to attack Russian logistics. Recent footage shows high-precision strikes on areas where Russian forces are concentrated and on transportation hubs, proving once again that Russian forces have no safe haven. Ukraine UAS Battalion, 36th Marine Brigade hit an abandoned Russian BTR-80 infantry, and Russian comms with fiber optic FPV drones near Predtekin. Ukrainian aviation destroyed a Russian military base with hammer bombs. The Ukrainian Navy destroyed a Russian Kamov Ka-27 that was attempting to land on the Sivash drilling platform in the Black Sea. Ukraine's 39th Anti-Aircraft Missile Regiment continues to dominate the southern skies. Using a Wild Hornet drone, the Posipaki unit neutralized a Russian FPV-2U, Russian FPV drones that ambushed Ukrainian soldiers on the roads they used at the front were destroyed by bombs dropped from unmanned aerial vehicles. Ukrainian forces had previously employed this tactic. The drones, which remain stationary in a position where soldiers or vehicles on the ground cannot see them, immediately attack when they detect any movement. The aim of this tactic is to detect soldiers when they are defenseless and attack them. Russian forces are now focused on defense in the Ukraine-Russia war. Ukraine, meanwhile, has kept Russian forces under constant pressure by launching continuous attacks throughout the winter.